It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Our Coaches Show conversation here about Blackman football brought to you in part by JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, jewelry, lettered jackets, yearbooks, all kinds of great things, graduation products, and much more online at jhacompany.com. Time to talk some Blackman football. Matt Kriesky joins us. Team victorious last night over Laverne 49-0. Biggest, good morning to you first.
Yeah, can I start off? We finally get Floyd and my brother out of here before I come in, and now I get picked on by,
you have the host, John, picking on you.
Yeah, picking on me, so I thought now that we got those two guys out of the way, it'd be smooth sailing coming here, but I don't guess so.
Well, you don't know what he said to Floyd and Will either, but anyway, he's just kind of a rare mood today, I guess. Okay. It must be because it's Blackman Oakland week coming up, but we're going to talk about that later. A region win's a region win. You got to rack them up, and you were able to do that last night.
All week, you never want to have a letdown. So all week, our focus is being 1-0, taking care of business this week. I thought we had a better week of practice than we did the week before. That's one thing I challenged the guys and told them that we have to have a better week of practice this week than we did last week. I thought we did that. Thought we had a better Tuesday than we did last Tuesday. We had a better Wednesday than we did the previous Wednesday. So I was pretty pleased with that. One of the big things I was worried about is homecoming. So many distractions. But I got to give a shout out to our student council. Mr. Breed and the administration did an outstanding job with the Blackman homecoming festivities. If you ever been over there and seen the homecoming, you got a parade in the morning, you got a pep rally, you got big things going on in the afternoon, games. All the teachers and everyone involved did an outstanding job to make it memorable for the high school students, and and our kids did a great job. Something I was worried about. They came down to the field house around 1:30, and they either laid around, got on, played some video games, but it was absolutely quiet. I don't know if it's been that way in the past 3 years I've been there. So I was impressed. I said something to the coaches once they got down there, how impressed I was with the kids last night, and I think that says something about our team, our maturity, and how we're growing. And so I was proud of them, and then before the game, I was challenging them about starting fast. Can we start fast, or can we start fast 2 weeks in a row? And we did, and we came out and drove the ball down there and scored, and we got going. Made a silly mistake on the second drive. Didn't run the play right. But other than that, I thought offensively we played well. Defensively, I believe we have 3 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. Recovered a fumble on a punt. So proud of the guys, proud of the team, proud of the Blackman community, student section, did an outstanding job, fans, everybody. It was a fun night of football.
When everything can come together and homecoming week and all that, I know you coaches just worry about how's everybody going to react to this, because you've got a mission. You all are very much detail oriented, and you want things to go exactly the same way every day. Every Tuesday is supposed to be just like this, and that just offers another wrinkle to try to get through.
And that's my biggest thing, that I always want everything to be perfect. I want every practice to be perfect, every Friday night to be perfect, but it's not. And so the way the kids handled it yesterday was great. I thought our quarterback Javion is, he's averaging around 140 yards a game passing. He had 3 touchdowns. Again, Brylan O'Dore had another big touchdown catch this week. He's one of his big targets, and so really doing a great job building his relationship with these receivers. Kari Dixon had a touchdown reception. And Bryson Mitchell had 2 catches, I believe 56, 59 yards, and a touchdown reception. So it was good to see that. Micah Nance, our sophomore tailback, I believe had 9 carries for 100 yards. So things were clicking last night, and we can't. I told them enjoy it tonight. We can't be satisfied. We got to turn the page tomorrow and start getting ready for Oakland, because we know it's going to be a big game. It'll be a packed house next Friday night at the Inferno.
Sure will. Micah had a touchdown run last night. as well. And Javion, saw he was 5 of 6 for his 140 yards, so that's 28 yards per pass.
Yeah.
I think you'd take that.
Yes, his kid he does great. I like how his demeanor, how he carries himself. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He's just even keel and just is able to run our offense smoothly and execute. And is he perfect and everything? No, he's not. But he does a great job of getting everyone lined up and doing what we're supposed to do. So I was really impressed with that. And he knows. I think the past 2 weeks, we've challenged him to have great games, the whole team. And I think we've gotten better. Hopefully building for next week.
On the defensive side, pitch the shutout. I know everybody that is defensive minded, they love to get that, and really you all have played the last several weeks really well on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Coach Crosby, Coach Holman, Coach White, Coach Gregory, they do an outstanding job with our defense. And one thing we got depth. They rotate a lot of guys on defense and do a great job. And so thought it was good. A good night for them last night, even whenever, second half we were playing some of our younger guys. I believe we had 2 younger guys, a junior, Braden Smith, and a sophomore, V. Dixon, both had an interception. V almost returned it back for a touchdown, but he ran out of gas a little bit at the end. So getting those younger guys again in on Friday nights is always huge, because those are guys we're expecting to play down the road.
Well, that may be running out of gas a little bit. He's not going to want to let that happen the next time he has that opportunity. So that's going to make him work harder and everything,
Yeah, it is, and it was good for those guys to get out there and get some reps on Friday night.
That is very important, isn't it? We've been kind of talking some this morning about the development, freshman teams, JV teams, and really the focus here. And I'm not sure if that's the case at other places where you've been, but I mean, it even starts on Saturdays with all those little kids putting on the orange and navy.
Yeah, it's very important. Coach Nate does an outstanding job getting those youth guys going and getting them ready, getting them prepared for middle school, and then the middle school guys get them ready. One thing about our middle school, anytime I go to all the home games, it's packed on Tuesday nights at Blackman. The middle school games, our middle school administration and football staff do an outstanding job of creating a Tuesday night atmosphere for those kids, and so that's something they look forward to when they come across the street is get that same type of atmosphere. And like you said, like on Saturdays, it starts with Saturdays with the youth league, moves up to middle school and then high school. It's pretty neat to see. Any time there's an event, a football event at Blackman, it's pretty much packed.
Well, you can kind of tell when all of that is working together when you see 8, 9, 10-year-old kids wearing the Flaming Bee that also get to wear the same thing at high school, and they get to play in high school, and then because that's they want to be like those high school kids, and so that builds community. I don't think a lot of people realize you don't get that in a big town like this, in a big city. You might get it at a smaller single A school, 2A school. You see that, but to have that at Blackman, it's pretty special.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, like you said, is pretty neat, is seeing some of these kids that have gone through the youth league, middle school, and high school, and on senior night to see their pictures of wearing the B throughout their entire career. And that's pretty special. We had 2 former players come back last night, Isaiah Molina and Rodney Irvin, who I believe both of them grew up in the youth league, middle school and high school at Blackman. They came and they're both of them on bye weeks. Isaiah's at Rhodes, Rodney's at Lindsey Wilson. So their Friday night off, they could have been doing anything, but they came and want to stand on the sideline with us and supporting the guys. And so I think that's pretty neat. It's kind of the culture we're trying to build. Those guys know that they're always welcome back home.
Yeah, and Matt Kriesky's here with us talking Blackman football. We during the week interview a lot of people, and the city mayor is on frequently. About a couple of months ago, he said something on the air that really stuck with me, that if Blackman was its own city, it would be the 6th or 7th largest city in the state of Tennessee. That's how that big that community is right there. And the high school is really the center point of that, and it's really been embraced. And I think that's a model when new schools come along, this 25-year plus model is a good one to look at.
Yeah, and like I said, with homecoming festivities on the parade, it was packed on both sides, all the way through the middle, going through the middle school, going through the elementary school, and back around. Not just the students at each school, but also there's a lot of people that come out and watch the parade, and it's pretty neat. I was able to be a part of a parade whenever I was at Forest and in Chapel Hill, and I thought that was pretty neat. But it kind of gives me the same feeling, like you said. You see those things at a 1A, 2A type schools, but at a 6A school, you usually don't see stuff like that, and it's pretty neat and pretty special how all three schools get together and we're able to do something special for the community and the kids, and to make it fun for them on one night a year on Friday night.
Well, we're 5 weeks into a 10-game schedule, so have reached the midway point, and it couldn't have gone any better for you guys, 5-0.
Yes, and again, I tell the guys, I'm not a big, I don't like talking about being 5-0. I want to focus on the next opponent, because I don't want these guys to start overlooking anybody. There's nobody on our schedule that we can overlook and think that we don't have to practice well, that we don't think we can't show up on Friday nights. Like you said, this is Rutherford County region. Yeah. It's tough week in and week out. I don't care who you're playing. In
this league, a 5-5 team may not make the playoffs.
Correct. So there's no week offs here. We have nothing but region games left, and so each week is very important for us, and we've got to come ready and focus and take care of business Monday through Friday and be ready to show up Friday nights at 7 o'clock ready to play.
Well, the next opponent is the Oakland Patriots. They are also in the same boat as you are, undefeated. And this, I guess everybody in Rutherford County is a rival. But let's just face it, this league has been chasing the Oakland Patriots to try to reach the top of the region, and that's everybody's goal here of late. And they're pretty good.
Yeah, they are. I believe it's been since 2014 since Blackman has defeated Oakland. So that's one of the things that we hope to whenever we came to Blackman's. Hopefully we can get to that point. Coach Kriesky and his staff, y'all know he does an outstanding job. They're well prepared each and every week. I don't know if I know another coach in this state that studies film and really studies this game and as well as Coach Kriesky does. He'll have those guys prepared from top to bottom. Really impressed year in and year out how he does things. So we're trying to get our program to that level where we can compete with them. Each and every year. And I think our guys, since I've been here, have always accepted the challenge. We just been on the short end of the stick. Felt like we got really close last year. A few things here and there, a few mistakes. Could have been different, but it is what it is, and we got to keep getting better each and every week. And I think we've done that from the previous 2 years and building on this season. So we're hoping to give those guys a challenge on Friday night.
Well, definitely not a game that you probably have to get your guys hyped up to play, is it?
No, and that's one thing. These guys are, his guys will be ready, our guys will be ready, and it'll be a big good night of football here in Rutherford County. And I'm assuming it's gonna be a packed house. There's gonna be a lot of people in the Rutherford County area come out and watch this game.
Well, surprise, surprise, it is our broadcast game next Friday night, and we look forward to coming out and bringing the folks coverage who can't make it. But I always say I'd rather you not listen and go to the game, or listen somehow at the game, but get to a game.
Just do me a favor, make sure John behaves next Friday.
I have to have security, and Scott Lawless has to help. He's a handful every Friday.
We'll get Mr. Lawless on that.
Yeah, we need to. Appreciate you coming in, Coach. Matt Kriesky joining us this morning on the Coach's Show, brought to you by Rick Hall and Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna. Give Rick a call for auto, home, business, and life insurance needs. More online about him and the whole Rayburn team at rayburn.net.
rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Life's too short to stress about insurance. That's why Ray Call at Rayburn Insurance is here to make sure you have the right coverage without all the hassle. He'll work hard to provide you with personalized service and finding the best solutions for you and your family. Whether you're looking for auto, home, or business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. Let him handle the details so you can focus